Good morning, welcome back. Got the radio going, got the garage opened up. Kyle should be here probably about 20-30 minutes. I wanted to get a little bit of a head start on, I forgot there was one AC line I needed to disconnect that I forgot about from the engine up to the back of the firewall. So I'm gonna do that and should be good to go. I gotta do the shifting linkage under the car and I gotta do clutch line, and there was that one sensor I talked about yesterday. So we're gonna get started on that, and then hopefully the next little video will be having the hoist hooked up to the engine starting to come out. So thanks for sticking around. Let's do it. All right, so we're pretty much ready to go. We're waiting on Kyle. He's running a little bit behind, but I was able to get pretty much everything else disconnected, sans the engine mounts and a transmission mount in the back. So the only thing I'm really kind of wondering about, I don't know if we can even see here, is I left the shifting linkage, or excuse me, the steering column inside that shaft right there. Let me zoom in a little bit. It's not really focused, but it's about 3 or 4 inches in front of the back of that flange of the exhaust. So I only need about maybe 1/2 of an inch clearance to basically, when we hook the motor up and get it up, we're gonna just a little bit to the passenger side. We should be able to clear that, no problem. And then also, if you're pulling a motor on an early 350, this is actually a tip that a buddy gave me, is this power steering line right there. So see how it comes up and over? You wanna make sure that you don't catch that as you're trying to pull this out. So if you catch that, bend it, break it, you're gonna have a whole other project to do. So the hope, and you can kinda maybe see, well, can't see down there. I think it's gonna be fine. So all I'm gonna really need is about, you can see the edge of the motor back there. I think we'll be able to come up seriously maybe an inch, and we should clear it just fine. So that'll pretty much be it until Kyle gets here. We'll be able to get it all out and be good to go. So I think while I wait on him, I'm gonna actually get some more pieces of the exhaust out. So we only have the Y pipe out, and the rest is all V-band, so it should come out pretty easily, and I'll be able to get that up and for sale. So if you want a Motordyne TX2, hit me up. All right, so now we got the, I guess what they call the Thunder pipe out. This is this little Y piece you see right here. And the way this bolts up under the car is it's basically V-banded like that. And then it goes out to the rear sections of the car. So I've got some videos that show when I actually installed that pipe on the car, and it sounded gnarly with the cams. So I'm a little bit sad that with the turbo kit installed, it'll probably be a little bit more mild. You won't hear as much of that chop, but you should hear some. Tommy's here, Tyler. Kyle out there, about to get this bad boy pulled. But we're working on ratchet strapping and then
wheel is out of the way, Alex.
And then hooking in. Work is real. I screwed it up, but I think we're getting there. Pretty much have it loose and out. We're down there disconnecting the last sensor I was talking about earlier. And we are clear of the steering column.
But I think he has room to pull
We're
it out.
clear of the power steering down here.
I think it might.
Home with the transmission.
I think it does.
We're good.
It's not.
All right, guys, we are done. We have the engine out, got the transmission out. Check it out. Out on the engine stand, got the trans on the pallet, and we are good. So next steps of the build are to get this guy loaded up in the truck and a whole stack of parts. We're waiting on, let's see, bearings and head studs, and then we'll be ready to take this down to have the motor built. So I'm gonna rig up and set up a probably 2x4s will come kind of underneath here and build it up so I can set this basically flat on a pallet and strap it in and not have to have it sitting on the oil pan. So yeah, all the preliminary work of everything, there was nothing really that was too crazy. Once we got it all hooked up, this is the hoist my buddy let me borrow. Those guys were absolutely helpful. I would recommend, if you can have 3 people working on this to pull it, you really won't have too much of an issue. So you can kind of see now those areas. So like these 2 guys on your power steering rack are going to be the ones that you're going to want to watch out for if you're pulling the engine out the way that we pulled it out. And then we didn't have to remove the steering column either. It fit just fine. Now that's at least with the momentum headers that are on this car. So I don't know about the flanges and the OEM ones, if there's too much in the way for you to be able to do that. So now we are pretty much ready. So I'm going to clean some stuff up in the garage. I'm going to tag a few more sensor plugs on the harness. Let me think what else. I got some parts I can sell. I got the clutch that came out of the car it's in decent shape, but it should be useful for somebody if they need one. Get the exhaust out, work on a few other little things. So that'll be pretty much it for today. I will let you guys know whenever we drive down to take the engine. I'm hoping that'll be maybe a week from today, maybe Saturday this coming week. I'll be able to load it up and hopefully have my other buddy Nick in from Florida, and we'll get it going. So I think I owe you guys a conversation actually about the turbo. I said yesterday I wouldn't show it to you, but I'll show it to you today. All right, guys, so I moved some more stuff around. I put the trans up on my workbench here and got the engine right behind me so I can work on it, move some of my stuff over there, and so just clean it up a little bit. But this inside of here is the Garrett G35-900 Turbo. So I'm gonna start pulling it out and then I'll let you guys check it out. All right, guys, so I got you set up on a tripod to actually help show this a little bit better so I don't have to just use one hand doing it. So first thing I'll show you guys is the turbine housing that I ordered. Now, as far as I know, these only come currently in a V-banded housing. I don't think you can get these in what I believe is T3, T4, 4-bolt type flanges. The only ones that they're gonna have are the V-band. So here's the V-banded housing. I got the 1.01 AR housing, which I believe you can see there. Yep. So you can get these in a few different ones. I think there's one above this. This is the that is the 1.21, and you can go, I think, 2 that are below, but I don't remember the sizes. So the hope is that the 1.01 will get good response in the mid-range, quick spool, and then of course with the cams in the car and high compression, it'll carry it all the way to redline without much issue, and just hopefully overall it'll respond really well. So that is the V-band housing. Now for the Super Core, package it really well. Lots of foam, lots of plastic, keeps everything safe. So I've already had this open once and looked at it, but this is mainly just for you guys to check it out. All right. And there's the back end of the G35-900. So this guy, you can clock in any position that you want. Carefully put him on there. And that's more or less what your end result's gonna look like for it. And you can, you know, position this however you need to for each individual circumstance, but I think it's gonna fit really well with the momentum kit. So pull this guy back off. And then let you check out. So on the Super Core, you'll see too, it comes with all the fittings that you need. So it's got the oil restrictor here on the top, and it's got the water lines, water fitting lines, the fitments for those lines already there. And all I'll need is the drain side, and it'll be good to go. And then this is the money shot, of course. Beautiful Garrett G35-900. Speed sensor port, and then I believe this is the port you'll use for, goes to the wastegate to help you maintain boost pressure that you want. But this is a really slick piece. So I'm super excited to have it, and I think it's gonna be a great addition to the kit. So let me know what you guys think so far. So I'm trying to record as often as I can with everything that's going on with the build. So doing incremental little clips here and there for the steps. So I pretty much have everything. There's gonna be a few little projects I'm gonna do while the engine is getting machined and getting built by my builder out of Atlanta. And I'll probably just continue to document some of that stuff. We got a new exhaust coming. I plan to get new wheels. We need to get the fuel system set up and running. I might have my coilovers rebuilt as well because they've been on the car for a pretty good while. I don't think I've noticed any issues, but they're probably due for one. I've probably got, I don't know, maybe 50-something thousand miles, maybe 60,000 miles on them. They've been great with the KW V2s, so if you're shopping for coilovers, definitely consider the KWs. I've had no problems and no issues. So hopefully that's going to be a smooth process. It'll be fun little projects to do here because the hard work is over, as you can see behind me. Maybe you can't really see. I'm just going to keep you on the tripod. So thanks for tuning in again. I probably will have a few more days until I do another upload. The hope is that this coming weekend, I will have a buddy here and we'll be able to trip this down to Atlanta and drop it off. So thanks for sticking around, and we'll catch you on the next time. Hey, last thing. Huge thanks to F&G Performance. So if you guys have been wondering where I've been getting all these parts, or the mass majority of them, F&G Performance. So if you guys need anything 350Z related, anything from test pipes to pistons to rods to coilovers, brakes, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is, hit them up, send me a message. I can get a price quote for you, and we will get you set up on the next steps of your build. So big thanks to those guys for basically sponsoring this build on the car. Good friends of mine, and I'm excited to continue to have parts from them and work and see them flourish and see this build come to a close. So Last thing, so if you like the channel, again, like and subscribe and follow, like it, all the things that you need to do on YouTube. So still getting on my feet. This is just kind of a fun little project. So thanks again, and we will catch you the next time.